From the Dakota Ice Arena. It's the home of the Prior Lake Lakers, and we're back outside after the polar vortex rolls through. We come outside to just go back inside and gather around a sheet of ice and watch these high school hockey powers in Section 2. The Prior Lake Lakers coming in at 8-9-1, 6-5-1 in the South Suburban, and an even 2-2 record in Section 2 so far. They'll take on the tough-to-handle number 2 on our Youth Hockey Hub rankings, Minnetonka Skippers at 17-1-2. They're going to even 1-1-1 in late conference play, and they have gone 2-0 so far in their first 2 Section 2 showdowns. We're here at the Dakota Ice Arena on Youth Hockey Hub. I'm J.W. Cox. So glad you're with us for our coverage of high school boys hockey tonight, presented by Cambria. Lakers coming into this one 1-3-1 in their last 5 games here on home ice. Overall, rather, 1-3-1, and they're here on home ice trying to turn things around against a Skippers team that has won 2 of their last 5, but only a single loss in that stretch. Lakers and Skippers, Prior Lake trying to take down number 2 in the state, and we're underway. Back with hockey rolling on. Of course, the Skippers in the familiar blue, trimmed in white, your defending state champs. They'll win the draw. Grant Doctor working it back through neutral ice, tries to shove it over on the near side to Josh Ludke, the senior defenseman working with his line mate on that defensive side. Another senior defenseman pushed into the zone from outside the circle, shot by Kittleson. A.J. Kittleson fires it in through the circle, and it's deflected away. Lakers still trying to clear it out of the zone, but a quick hitting shot coming from Nick Henry out near the blue line, snagged away by the senior goaltender Cade Kujaski. 2-3-1, 2.5 on the goals against average and 88% on the save percentage for the senior Kujaski. He'll have the glove side face off to the circle in his right, staring down Hunter Newhouse, sophomore forward for head coach Sean Goldsworthy's team. His first year ended in a state championship. Now the second year for the head coach. 10th year head man Joe Pankratz on the other bench. Watching his Lakers here as we've gone 40 seconds in, all with Minnetonka possession after winning the draw. Fired around back behind the goal line, then hopped up into the air. A hack at it for Griffin Streeter there right in front of the crease, and it's eventually deflected away and cleared out back up ice. Looked like Jackson Judding, a senior forward, was able to get a piece of that. Sent back through neutral ice by the Skippers on the near side. Streeter able to dump it in down for the corner. Will Magnuson, the sophomore for the Lakers, works it back around. Pushed at that blue line and out of the zone by Nick Speltz. Speltz 5 goals and 7 assists, and this is junior season as a forward. This time, though, a breakaway for the Skippers, left behind for Streeter. He'll try to go top shelf, and it's saved instead by Kujaski. That one stayed down on the deck, so a deke that got me looking at it there for Streeter. So I thought he was going to look for that top shelf on the far side, and instead he goes low and can't beat Kujaski that time. A couple of quick shots on goal here inside of 16 minutes to go in period number 1. Glad you're with us here from Dakota Ice Arena. Hope you're thawing out. It only gets warmer from here, and that's the positive sign. Even though we're still below 0, we'll get back up there at some point. The draw controlled in the far corner by Wade Winter, ironically enough, as he pushes it back down the ice all the way to the other end. It'll be an icing. Bring it back for the Skippers with 15.5 minutes to go here in this first period. Our coverage here in the exclusive coverage of the Minnetonka Skippers here on Youth Hockey Hub tonight against Prior Lake is brought to you by Cambria, located right here in Minnesota. Family-owned and American-made, Cambria leads the industry with cutting-edge innovation to craft beautiful and durable natural stone surfaces for any home or business. Learn more at CambriaUSA.com. Off the draw, controlled momentarily, hopping off a couple of sticks of the Skippers, and then taken away by Prior Lake and pushed out of the zone. Still no set zone time. Speltz trying to change that for the Lakers. Moves back on the near side, back to the blue line. It goes for Bo Kennedy. Kennedy fires it off the boards near side, wraps all the way around, and for the first time we see Charlie Glockner get into the act, the senior goaltender for the Skippers. 17 wins on the year, a 1.4 goals against average for Glockner. Puck off to his right in the corners. The Lakers trying to keep some pressure on for the first time. 2-0 shots on goal for the Skippers, who have held the advantage so far in this first period. Inside of 15 minutes we go as it's sent back down into the far corner, chased by Lindholm down behind the goal line. Preston Lindholm, a couple of goals and an assist this season, finally peels the puck away from 2 Skippers, turns, fires the shot that deflects off bodies in front, fires over to the far side corner, another shot coming back at Glockner into the side of the cage. Puck still loose, picked up by the Skippers under the control of Duke Kiffin. Leads it up towards the blue line for Nick Henry. Henry flying it across, he dumps it in past the defenders. Ty Traxel walls him off, makes him go tough work into the board. Sam Emmerich helping there too. Banged off the half wall on the far side. Controlled and flipped up and out by Prior Lake. Trying to go in possession. It hops down at the feet of Tushy, and it's back into the slot and taken away by the Skippers. Mason Hendrickson was in the right spot. Colin Tushy nearly had a break right there in front. Instead, it comes right back the other way, and a save from Kajoski off a quick blast from just outside the slot. So the Skippers finding different ways to put pressure on, taking it out of their own end and pushing it forward, and also set up really for the first 2 minutes of this game with possession. Nice little leave behind there as Nick Henry took the shot on the feed from A.J. Kittleson. Kittleson trying to set the table there, the senior forward. Off the draw, it's pushed out of the zone by the Lakers. Tipped up, that'll wave off the icing as it trickles all the way back down. Charlie Cashmark takes it at the goal line, sends it right back out in front, and Glockner makes a save. That one got in on him quickly from just inside the faceoff dot. Still scoreless here, 13:50 to go. Big collision far side, springs the puck free for the Lakers. Knocked around at their own blue line, then controlled up the ice for Nathan Green. Green pushes it up on the near side towards the corner. It goes for Judding. Judding tried to leave it back for Green. Instead, it's wrapped around the boards, picked up by the Skippers momentarily, nearly turned over, and then Doctor comes away with it. Pushes into the Prior Lake zone, back into the middle, extra pass to the far side, right back to the middle, and on the doorstep, a swing and a miss. Hunter Newhouse was there with some open net, and the Lakers avoid a first goal with 13:20 to go. Beautiful passing from right to left, then back into the middle. And the Skippers come up empty. Lakers with 13 minutes to go, trying to take possession right back. Good feed from Newhouse that last time, and he just was able to settle down. A lot of speed headed towards the net, but he was able to hold on outside the crease and make himself available for that. Couldn't get the full swing on it on that last chance for the Skippers. Under 13 to play here in this first period. Shots 3-1 on goal in favor of the Skippers. Will Kroll had it on his stick momentarily. Poked away to the far side. Worked backwards by James Miller, junior defenseman for the Skippers. Fires it right up to neutral ice. Knocked down by the glove of Ty Traxel. Traxel working backward up the near side. Spinning back in his own zone again. Looking for some teammate help. Pushed ahead. Beatty trying to wind his way through. But even after the change, the Skippers finding their way into the passing lanes. Deflected right down by Streeter. Streeter tries to turn back with possession, has it poked back through his legs all the way to the blue line where Kroll has to track it down. Back to Kroll, with a little ice to work, so he'll attack up the middle, then turned over. Right here on the stick of Kahlberg. Kahlberg fires the shot, bouncing puck, still free and swept away by the Skippers. Brian Kahlberg took it straight on a line right to Charlie Glockner. Glockner made the save and got some help after that. Another pad save on this side coming for Kajoski, and it's knocked away out of the air in front by the Lakers. Not cleared with under 12 minutes to go here in the first period. Turn of a corner at the circle for Lakami. He got himself some space and fired it high and off the glass, and we'll have our first penalty of the game coming up off that exchange. 11:50 remaining, 4-2 shots on goal for the Skippers, but the Lakers have made their presence felt on the offensive end. Lakami, quite a move around his defender. Basically stops on a dime and peels around that face-off dot. Turns right inside. So a penalty on the Lakers, on Matt Beatty. So a power play opportunity for the Skippers. They're 16 of 52 so far on the season. Quickly, a shot for Doctor is knocked away down towards the goal line. Picked up by Streeter. 10 seconds gone in. The power play opportunity for Minnetonka, the number 2 team in the state. According to our Youth Hockey Hub rankings, only Edina ranked above them coming into this very cold week of January, the final week of January. And tomorrow we'll move into February, which means we're even closer to getting to state tournament time here and section tournament time, the ever-decisive section tournament season for boys hockey. Quickly, Ludke works it up the ice. He's got Doctor back at the blue line, feeds it to him off the boards. Reverse to the far side. One-time shot turned away, and instead the pass to Ludke on the near side. Flies past him. Leave it in for Doctor to pick up. Doctor dumps it down to Streeter below the goal line. He'll fish it right back up to Ludke. Ludke back out in front to Doctor. Plenty of passing, now cross ice, hops over the stick of Doctor on the far side. Ludke rather, had Doctor swinging by. Back to Streeter. Streeter, backhanded shot and a score. And the power play gives us the first goal of the game. And it is Griffin Streeter with his 13th of the year. They had a couple of miscues on the power play try, just with some passing hopping over sticks. Prior Lake could never clear it out. And then finally tight back in front for Streeter. And it's 1-0. 10:52 remaining here in this first period. Ludke and Bayless pick up the assists on the Streeter goal. For Bayless, it's his 21st assist. And Ludke picks up assist number 19 on this season. So the Lakers outshot 5-2 right now, with that last shot being the goal, and now find themselves trailing 1-0. You liked what they'd been able to do after weathering that first surge of about a minute and a half of Lakers zone time, of Skipper's zone time. And got a few shots, a few looks on Glockner. He survived, made the stops. But now inside of 10 minutes, down 1-0. This will help. The icing will bring it back the other way. You're watching Prior Lake hosting Minnetonka here, presented exclusively on Youth Hockey Hub tonight by Cambria. Skippers coming off a tie against Wayzata, their last win actually 3 games ago. They beat Andover 5-2, then they lost to Edina. Thus you get your Edina hopping up into the #1 spot in our Youth Hockey Hub rankings. That head-to-head action. Wind through traffic for Nathan Green. The puck is poked away. He's after it again. A little bit of help from Charlie Cashmark. Cashmark can't hold the stick, but the puck goes into the corner. Back to Green. Tries to dump it down towards Cashmark. Poked off by Duke Kiffin and into the net go the Skippers, and that will bring play to a halt. Braden Lockamy got tangled up. Reset here with 9:34 to go in this first period. Minnetonka carries the best defense in Section 2 so far this year into this game. Prior Lake top 5, but right there at number 5 in offense. Mentioned over their last 5 games, just under 1.5 goals per game for the Lakers. Lost 5-2 to Rosemount, did beat Duluth East 2-0. But 1 goal against Egan, 1 goal and tie against Eastview as that shot sails wide from deep. And then 1 goal and a loss to Lakeville South. So some scoring hard to come by for the Lakers of late. And here they find themselves down 1-0 with inside of 9:20 to go in this first period. Puck trickling out. That was a chance for Kiffin to come up and play, but instead he tries to skate backwards defensively. It's pushed up ahead to Cashmark. He tries to swipe the puck back out in front. Couldn't quite do it. Ends up on the far side for Judding. Judding wraps it back around the boards, and it's taken away by the Skippers, and then Cashmark's right there. Tries to create a turnover, and he's at the very least able to dump it off the glass. Causes a slowdown for the Skippers. It's out to Streeter. He got spun around and lost the puck. Back defensively picked up by Nick Speltz. Speltz fires it out past the blue line. Streeter tries to play it in. Had to let it go as everyone was flying in off sides. Loose puck to Kimmis. Kimmis working up the ice for the Lakers. It's knocked away off of his stick by Doctor. Doctor works it back out to the Minnetonka blue line as it's out to neutral ice and then knocked back in. Offsides coming up, so we're out to neutral ice for a face-off. 8.5 minutes to go here in this first period. Griffin Streeter with his 13th goal of the season. He now breaks what was a 3-way tie for the goal-scoring lead for the Skippers. Coming in, he, Hunter Newhouse, and Teddy Lagerbach all had 12. Lagerbach won't play tonight. 12 goals and 7 assists. Not on the ice for the Skippers. Lakers come free of neutral ice with the puck, but moving backwards. It's pushed up on the near side to Will Magnuson. Magnuson dumps it off the boards, wrapping around towards Glockner. He'll help it on its path over to the far corner where it's nearly picked up by Mason Hendrickson. Lakers, though, proving pesky, working it back to the blue line. Tapped up ahead, long shot fired in by Tushy. He's been right on the spot a couple of times looking for his shot. He's hunting the puck again on the near side. Worked back off the boards, Will Kroll. Settles with some space. Forecheck comes for the Lakers, and Kroll will just dump it ahead. Wide of the goal and too strong for an icing with 7.5 minutes to go here in this first period from the Dakota Ice Arena. And a 1-0 lead for the Minnetonka Skippers. Prior Lake getting a heavy dose of, well, what's been a tough road for them in their existence in Section 2 for boys hockey. And that's just the mere fact of being in Section 2. Tough for anybody. A team like Minnetonka finally breaking through. They get their first state championship last year. But it's just a gauntlet at the end of the year. The Lakers have never won a Section 2 title. Never been to the state tournament. And they're trying to turn this season into their best. Look at that, and they're looking long and hard against Charlie Glockner's net right now. The mooring's not too solid on the near side. Started the season 5-2. A couple of wins against Apple Valley, beating the teams you would say that they are supposed to beat. So good on them for that. But again, the schedule gets tougher in the regular year, and then once you get into postseason play, Lakers fans can't believe that they called that onside for Minnetonka. So the Skippers will go to work. Whipped around on the near side, pushed out by Tushy, but only midway through. Back to the blue line and held in by the Skippers. Lockamy working outside the circle, peels it off the boards, takes it back, and the shot sails wide. Got a piece of the glove of Kajoski. With 7 minutes remaining here in this first period, it's held in, and they're going to say that one was not. 7 minutes to go. The use of the hands there, knocking it home. 7 minutes remaining here in this first period. So we'll come all the way back to the other end here. The hand pass. Draw goes to the glove side of Glockner. You look at the other side, and the Skippers certainly have challenged themselves with their schedule this year. His Doctor tries to peel it out of the corner. It's cleared out of the zone. Race for the puck. Hunter Newhouse trying to get down there opportunistically. Streeter back at the blue line, hacking away at it. Frees it up for Ludke. Moves it over to Doctor. Got the front line out there. Jack Bayless, 2 on the weak side as it goes behind him to Doctor. Doctor works it into the circle. Back to the middle. Streeter fires the shot that was deflected. Never cleanly got into Kajoski, but he was right there with the pads level with the ice to knock it away if it did. Now the puck squirts down the ice. Cashmark working ahead. Tries to bully his way past Ludke. Dumps the pass back into the circle and is taken away and met by Streeter. Nearly poked away by Jackson Judding. Skippers were there to provide enough pressure to maintain possession of the puck. Coming up quickly for Hunter Newhouse. Newhouse trying to split 2 defenders. He's walled off. Cashmark peels the puck away and dumps it up the ice. He'll be tracked down there by James Miller. Already, the Skippers have played 7 games against teams that are in our top 10 on Youth Hockey Hub in the top 10 rankings. Wide outside the circle for Nick Henry, looking to attack. He dumps it back for Kittleson. Kittleson wraps all the way around, has a man outside the circle. It's Kroll. Kroll moves it out to the blue line, back to him. Setting up with the zone time as that shot goes dangerously high. Never really had a chance on net, but a deflection down there off a player or a stick could have been dangerous as this puck floats right back in front of the crease, ripped in front by Cashmark, saved away by Glockner. In the danger zone right there with 5:26 to go and a 1-0 lead for the Skippers. Couple of pucks dangerously sliding across the blue pane in front of Glockner. Feverishly trying to keep his eye on the puck as his teammates pass it in or back and forth behind the net. Big hit on Kittleson to bump him off the puck. Flies up high over the top of the glass, but stays on the ice level. Drops down to Beatty. Beatty spinning for the puck up against Duke Kiffin. Kiffin takes it away for the Skippers. Sent back in towards the middle. Played defensively by Kiffin. Kiffin had lost it right back out in front. Still in the slot and open for Tushy. And he can't track it down. It's deflected away. This is going to hop all the way back with under 5 minutes to go. So awful close with an official shot on goal credited there for the Lakers, but still trailing at 1-0. Back they come to Beatty. Beatty, he'll take the shot and a pad save from Glockner. Goes up into the netting to give us all a rest here with 4:39 to go. First period action, 1 goal from Griffin Streeter on the board for the Skippers. To finish this thought, 7 games already against the top 10 currently Youth Hockey Hub rankings. And the Skippers have gone 5-1-1 in those 7 games. They only lost that most recent one to Edina. They've still got 3 more of those on the schedule, including a return engagement with Edina. Quick rush up the ice results in a shot slammed off the boards by Mac Motzko. Play back by the Lakers. Up on the near side, dumped ahead by Nathan Green. Lost it at the goal line. Doctor took it away. He stops on a dime. He'll play back with Ludke. Trying to work its way up. Instead goes up to Patrick Wires on the near side. Wires fires it ahead up to Motzko. Motzko will enter it into the zone. Left a defender in his wake, attacking towards the net. Tries to get in on Kajoski, and he turns him away at the far post. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Still 1-0 the lead for the Skippers. Mac Motzko trying to hunt a third goal of the season. As that one off the pipe from deep, that was nearly Motzko again. Winds and fires. And that time the metal kind to the Lakers. With a 1-0 lead still standing. 3.5 minutes to go here in this first period as Prior Lake tries to spring it free. And Motzko just took that one off the boards, fired it in towards the net, and nearly curled it home through all that traffic. 3:20 to go. Push up the ice for the Skippers. 2-on-3. Bayless fires it into the pads, this time of Kajoski. Turned away into the corner. And now the puck gets caught up in the Skippers bench. 3:12 to go. 1-0 lead for Minnetonka. That was the Lakers bench, excuse me. Home of 10th-year head coach Joe Pankratz. State title winning head coach at Bloomington Jefferson in his earlier days. And of course a player at the University of Minnesota back in the mid-90s. So we come up on 3 minutes to go. Through neutral ice. It was touched ahead by Hunter Newhouse. Plenty of Prior Lake sticks there to intercept and take that pass away. Dumped back in by Kimmis. Under 3 minutes to go, and this Skippers team, who has averaged up over 3 goals per game in their last 5, trying to work their way to a larger lead. They've had some chances out shooting Prior Lake 8-4. The Lakers hanging on, courtesy of the senior Kajoski and net. He's only got a couple of wins this year. Big hit on the near side. Fires up the student section fans right by the glass, but the Skippers hang on to possession. Streeter right back in front looking for Bayless, and that one was deflected off the pad of Kajoski. Makes another save. It finally trickles out of the zone with 2:20 to go. Played backwards by Will Kroll. Kroll moves it up along the far side boards. It's knocked down and pushed ahead by Mason Hendrickson. Nobody home for the Skippers, so the Lakers can reverse. Now Hendrickson back into the fray. It's a stick down. I believe it was a Skippers stick down on that far side as we play on. Hendrickson dumps it back towards the middle of the ice for Nick Henry. Trying to fly his way through neutral ice. Was hung up for just a moment. Able to just dump the puck in, but he's walled off. Out to Hendrickson, who just can't hold it at the blue line. He'll dump it back in cross ice instead. Picked up on the hop by Sam Emmerich. Emmerich will wrap it around the near side boards with 1:40 to go here in this first period. Glockner dangerously out of the net, but he touches up the puck, finds his objective. Jutting back down below the goal line to center back out in front. It's deflected away. Settled by Kittleson, working it back to Kiffin for the Skippers. Kiffin up the near side for Minnetonka. Sent down and back into the defensive zone for the Lakers. They move it up ahead, trying to hit Jackson Jutting on the move. Couldn't do it. Settled down by Glockner, turned back up by Ludke. Ludke thinking of making a push up to Kittleson. Kittleson with everybody on side. He's got Motzko down low. Motzko takes the short angle shot, fires, and scores. Almost zero angle for that one to go in, and yet it finds its mark. And Mac Motzko, who came so close once and twice to scoring in this first period, he'll cash through the third time around. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Skippers. 1:07 remaining. First period action from Dakota Ice Arena. Off the draw, the Skippers control. Beautiful passing. Skippers make their way to a 2-0 lead. A.J. Kittleson giving the lone assist, so it's the third goal for Motzko of the season. Kittleson's 10th assist. Under 50 seconds to go here in this first period. So if they had held at 1-0, you were keeping Minnetonka well below their season average for goals and just a shade below what they'd been scoring over the last 5. But now they pop a second, right back where they want to be, up by 2. Liam Worms into the zone. His errant pass misses the mark to Lakami. Taken away by Tushy. Tushy moves it up the ice. That's intercepted. Worms again. That's Bayless, excuse me, working his way through. Fires it cross ice. Back in towards the front of the net. Knocked around, deflected. Newhouse is offering, steered away, back out towards the blue line, and Ludke, did he hang on to that? He did. Kept it right on the blue line. Back to the middle, and that pass goes wide. There was still time to work when that pass flies by, but it's in too tight on Liam Worms. He can't do anything with it, and the Skippers will have to settle ho-hum for a 2-0 lead after one period of play. They score with 1:07 to go, and Mac Motzko gets his third of the season. They also picked up the first goal of the game with 10:52 remaining. That was Griffin Streeter's 13th of the year. Lakers outshot in the first 10-4 by the Skippers, and we'll go to the second with Minnetonka, the number 2 team in our Youth Hockey Hub rankings, leading 2-0 here at Prior Lake on Youth Hockey Hub. Headed into period number 2 here from the Dakota Ice Arena. Home of the Prior Lake Lakers as they trail 2-0 to the Minnetonka Skippers. Minnetonka at Prior Lake tonight, brought to you on Youth Hockey Hub exclusively by Cambria. J.W. Cox back with you high above the ice here at the Dakota Ice Arena. Great venue for high school hockey. 2 goals in the first for the Skippers. They outshot Prior Lake 10-4 as we're 10 seconds in. The Lakers take the opening draw, try to work it and pin it into that far corner. But Josh Ludke pulls it out for the Skippers. He was right in the heart of both of the breaks that turned into goals for Minnetonka. Picked up an assist on the first goal. That was scored by Griffin Streeter. The second goal coming with inside of 1:20 to go. That was scored by Mac Motzko. Another shot from the backhand of Nick Henry in quickly on the senior Cade Kujawski. Stopped 8 of 10 in the first. So far 1 for 1 here in the second. Kujawski 2, 3, and 1. He's split time with Sam Shotbell. 6 and 6 on the season with a slightly better goals against average. See if things progress and we end up with a change there. As this one flown from the blue line down to the boards by James Miller for the Skippers with their 2-0 lead, almost 1 minute gone here in this second period. The Lakers trying to pick up just their second win in their last 6 games. Streeter wraps it around the boards past Newhouse and Bayless all the way back out. Another long shot, that time from Miller. Deflected away in traffic and knocked down by the Lakers. Back it comes on the near side for Nick Speltz. He's quickly pushed off the puck, relieved of his possession, and back into the Prior Lake zone before it's sent back down all the way to Charlie Glockner, who stopped all 4 of the shots that he faced in the first, and now twice has played behind his own net here early in the second. Pushed it back up the ice. The Lakers forced to chase. They won't have to do it long. The icing is going to bring it back the other way. This is a Minnetonka team. We mentioned the #1 scoring team in the section, one of the top scoring teams obviously in the state in Class 2A. 14 times in their first 20 games, with this is game number 21. 14 times they've scored at least 4 goals in a contest. The Skippers, well, halfway to that, less than the halfway point here of this game. So well on their way to potentially doing that again. Lakers trying to close it up and find a way to answer. Pushing in off the icing. They won possession momentarily, taken away by Kennedy along the boards. He wraps it back down on the far side. Dylan Zitzloff didn't play much in the first period. He knocks it up ahead for Lockamy. Lockamy moving it into the zone with Motzko. Sends a shot in there, deflected down by a sliding Matt Beatty for the Lakers. Coming up on the 15-minute mark here, period number 2. Motzko peels it off the boards, fires it over to the far side for Liam Worms. Worms holds it in, back towards Motzko. He's got Lockamy off to his left as he's pinned in by 2 Lakers. Puck squirts free. Lockamy can't get going in time to beat Bo Kennedy, excuse me. Back to the puck. Walked in by Lockamy along the goal line. He tries to touch the pass down to Motzko. It's worked back out to the blue line by the Lakers. Lakers finally clear it out of the zone. Preston Lindholm, the backhand, to sweep it down to the Minnetonka end. A couple of hard collisions in front of the Lakers students. And a spin and a whirling dervish, and the puck ends back in the possession of Lockamy, who takes the high winding shot, sails off the glass, knocked down by the skate of Grant Doctor on the far side. Now we got a high stick coming up on the call. So the Lakers will face their second penalty of the game. So far, the Skippers 1 for 1 in this one on the power play. 17 of 53 now on the season. Preston Lindholm whistled for the infraction. And here goes Doctor and the Skippers all the way quickly back to Ludke. Far side it goes. Bayless draws some pipe, and on the far side, tracked back down again. Elbowing was actually the call, excuse me. Back to Doctor. Near side, Ludke takes a winding slap shot that sails and deflects wide into the netting. You go back to that first power play opportunity for the Skippers. Obviously, it came away with the goal, so nobody's going to cry about that. But early on in that power play, the passing not as crisp as we have seen now in the first 16 seconds of this power play. Obviously, doesn't bode well for the Lakers, but try and stick after it here with 1:40 to go in this power play. 14 minutes to go here in the second period. Nifty cross-ice pass. Ludke tries to send it back to the middle. Opportunistic to get that back. Out to Bayless in front. Deflected down by Traxel. Traxel trying to force it out ahead. The Skippers one shorthanded goal so far this season. Getting massively outscored on the shorthanded side of things. They've given up 7. Obviously not the case here. Trying to kill off a power play. They've done it at 86% so far this year headed into the game. Bayless. Plenty of space out by the blue line for Doctor. Still nearly wobbled off his stick. Comes to Ludke outside the circle. Back to Doctor, top of the slot. Fires it deflected down past the goal line. Ludke to Doctor, over to Bayless. He hops in tight, fires it top shelf, and curls it under the crossbar for a 3-0 Skippers lead. Some shot makers out there for the Minnetonka Skippers. That had some heat on it. And Bayless, he just took a couple of extra creeps in, just past the face-off dot, didn't draw the defense, and the quick trigger knocks it home on top shelf. Bayless's 9th of the season. So their second power play, they've gone 2 for 2. Ludke and Doctor pick up the assist. It's the second of the game for Ludke. He's got the 2 points there, as does Bayless now with the goal and the assist. 13 minutes to go here in the second. 3 unanswered to open things up. 2 in the first and now 1 here already in the second for the Skippers. Take possession back in their own zone. Work defensively backed by Will Kroll outside the circle. Fired up on the near side. Hendrickson couldn't track it down, so the icing will bring us back the other way. Nearly a break for Mason Hendrickson, the senior with 4 goals and 13 assists on the year. Last year, as a junior on that state championship team, a goal and an assist for the Skippers and Coach Goldsworthy. I always give the hockey bona fides for all the coaches, but Sean Goldsworthy adds another angle as this draw is won and controlled by the Lakers, but that pass across ice deflects out of the zone, so they worked it back in. Bo Kennedy sends it down where Glockner plays it for a 3rd time in this period behind his net. Works back out towards the blue line. Kennedy tries to push it in. It's deflected back out. Intercepted by Motzko flying in. He already had a teammate in the zone, so we come back to neutral ice. 12:24 to go. 3-0 the lead for the Skippers. Yeah, Coach Goldsworthy coached at St. Olaf, graduated from St. Olaf. He coached there from 97 to 2016, and as he was doing that, was also teaching biomechanics. So a busy week, busy weeks during the winter, no doubt, for Coach Goldsworthy. I don't even know. I majored in journalism. I don't know if you write papers in biomechanics or you just do projects, but I'm sure he had plenty to grade, plenty to work on, and a highly technical skill set. And oh yeah, of course, he played at St. Olaf, and his dad was a North Star, and there's all that hockey stuff too. 12:10 to go, 3-0. The Minnetonka Skippers lead. Peeled off the blue line by the Lakers, and Nathan Green pushes it up ahead. Got a man in flying for Cashmark, and he was turned away by Glockner. Glockner held tight to that crease on the right side. Cashmark got a little out of control, still was able to shift the puck towards that post. Couldn't knock it home. Lakers would love to pop one here sometime in the next 6 minutes. Get back to within 2, maybe a late flurry down the end of the period and have something to work with in the third, but there's been all Skippers on the scoreboard so far as Bayless settles it down on his skate, fires across too strong for Streeter. Streeter settles and works it back to Newhouse on the far side, ends up on the stick of Bayless in behind the net, walled off by a couple of Lakers. Good defensive skate work on that far side by Jackson Judding to hold his feet despite the collision. Newhouse helps the puck around on the near side. Worked just past a Laker. Out towards the blue line. Now it's Cashmark with possession, trying to move past Doctor. Doctor spun down to the deck, but he did his job and got Cashmark off the puck. Springs free back to Newhouse from Glockner. He'll work it in against 4 defenders. Skates around 3. Turns the short angle. Fires it into the side of the cage. Worked off the boards all the way back out to Doctor. Fires to Ludke on the far side with a change. Hendrickson flying in off the bench, and a shot flying in from Griffin Streeter. And it's swallowed up by Kujoski. 11 minutes remaining here in this second period. A 3-0 lead for the Skippers. Jack Bayless setting the margin there. Puck springs down to the goal line as the Lakers of Prior Lake try to find possession. 4 players hacking at it. Hendrickson, working over there with Kittleson. Eventually the Lakers push it off the boards, up to Will Magnuson to enter it into the zone. It's quickly touched up by James Miller. Wrap it around the boards toward Hendrickson on the near side. Takes a blow from Nathan Green. Pushes it up to Motzko. That's Nick Henry. Henry dumps it down inside towards Kittleson. Kittleson's walled off the puck. Cash mark for the Lakers. They'll send it up the ice. It'll be the icing. Bring it down the near side. That's Nick Speltz, who did that. 10:16 to go. Face-off coming to the stick side of Cade Kujoski. 10:16 to go. Skippers out shooting the Lakers 3-1 in this period, 13-5 for the game. Draw one, controlled by the Skippers. Suspending shot for Lockamy. Steered away by Kujoski into the corner. Still the pressure held on by Worms and the Skippers. Lockamy finds the free puck in below the goal line. He'll reverse back out, has defensive presence up front near the blue line. Will Kroll holds it in, fires near side. Cross ice pass finds Lockamy again inside the circle. Back down below the goal line. Motzko sneaks his way to the puck, works it back up top side, comes to Miller. Miller straight through and deflected off some traffic by the Lakers. Prior Lake works it out of their own end through neutral ice, kicked around there by Matt Beattie. Lost control of the puck, and that allows the Skippers to clear it all the way back. On net, covered up and then rolled over, so they avoid the icing with that deflection. And now Prior Lake has to move it up, trying to do so under control. Icing waved off on this one as everybody races to the puck far side. Will Kroll picks it up. Taken away by Streeter. Streeter moves it up to Lockamy. Lockamy caught up in traffic. Puck flies back past him with 9 minutes to go here in this second period. 3-0 the lead for the Skippers on a pair of goals in the first period. Coming from Streeter and Motzko. One here in the second, coming from Jack Bayless. Worked on the far side boards. Deflected right back down to the stick of James Miller. He flies out of his zone with it. He'll turn and go to the bench and just drop the puck off in below the goal line. 8:40 remaining here in this second period. Puck caught up at neutral ice. Sam Emmerich flying through, past 1 and 2 defenders. Fires the shot, quick trigger. Got it in towards Glockner with 8:30 to go, but Charlie Glockner equal to his 6th save of the night. Cambria is tonight's exclusive sponsor of the Minnetonka Skippers as they face off against Prior Lake. Located right here in Minnesota, family owned and American made. Cambria leads the industry with cutting-edge innovation to craft beautiful and durable natural stone surfaces for any home or business. Learn more at CambriaUSA.com. Cambria, tonight's exclusive presenting sponsor. Quick win of the draw for the Lakers. Jackson Judding tries to knife his way in towards the net. Saved in the glove of Glockner. So we'll do the face-off yet again. Same spot. 7th shot on goal of the night for Prior Lake. This time Hendrickson, after the draw, just touches it enough for Motzko. Pick it up under control. Fires up to Kittleson. Kittleson works it into the zone. Got a little too free with the puck. Knocked away by the Lakers and back out to Doctor. Outside the zone, he'll play backwards with Ludke. Those two don't go backwards very long. Doctor works it across the blue line. Hendrickson far side to his left. Down into the corner with a man cutting in. It's Kittleson creeping in towards the net, trying to find his way to the puck. Instead, he's walled off by the Lakers. Pushed around and away by Judding. Loose puck flies in front of the face of Cashmark. Bounces on the near side, taken out by Magnuson. Magnuson to Judding. Back for Cashmark, and it's just deflected away. Nifty little try of the feed for Jackson Judding there. He's working on a season that includes 19 assists, and you saw the stick handling right there. Now a free puck for Cashmark. Racing with Ludke to get in front of it. Cashmark turns the corner, takes the shot. Backhand save from Glockner. Getting the pad out there on the right side, and he turns away. Charlie Cashmark. But there will be a penalty coming up. And the break won't be all for naught. Cashmark quickly to the puck. He was shoved once from behind by Ludke. And apparently that's what's going to draw it. So a power play opportunity for the Lakers. That break nearly came away with a goal anyway. I believe the signal was a slash. It was. Skippers go quickly to work with a shot fired wide by Ty Traxel. Prior Lake so far this season, they're 16 of 79 on the power play. That's 20%. The Skippers killing it off at 86%. Lakers one quick shot. The deflection trails all the way out of the zone with 7 minutes to go here in the second period, down 3-0. Puck touched around. It's Judding who was out there on the ice with Cashmark and this unit right now. Nick Speltz out there to join the attack. Puck down towards Judding. That is Nathan Green. Spins, fires it to the corner. Puck pops high. Judding to knock it down before it can get to the blue line. Now it bangs off the boards and out of the zone. Judding dumps it back down inside. Cleared back out by the Skippers. 1:05 to go. Short-handed chance coming up. Hunter Newhouse. Newhouse stick handling outside the circle. Blocker save made by Kujoski. We told you 7 short-handed goals allowed by the Lakers this year. Doctor moves inside. He'll fire the shot. Pad save by Kujoski. Plenty of time trickling off the clock. 50 seconds to go in the power play. That pass up ahead looking for Judding was deflected down before it got to the blue line. Now Bayless ends up tripped at neutral ice, and that'll bring us to 4-on-4 hockey for another 44 seconds with 6:13 to go here in the second. Just a little over-aggressive for Nick Speltz trying to get that puck back. Caught up the skates of Jack Bayless. So wipe off the power play. And there'll be some significant time, just over a minute, or just under. Just over a minute 15 to go. Justin Moss on the camera also helping me out with the math today. 44 seconds remain of 4-on-4 hockey. Skippers control off that draw. Lakers trying to move it out of the zone. It's held in with the backhand of Dylan Zitzloff. Zitzloff trying to get it down to Hendrickson. Instead, the Lakers come away with it. Popped up, looking at the target of Beatty. And that was lifted up, so we'll leave it here at the neutral ice. 5:56 to go, 26 seconds remaining of 4-on-4 hockey. And actually, that lift is going to bring us all the way back into the Skippers zone. Last year, of course, they were the state champs, 27-2-2. Meanwhile, the Lakers going 11-16 a season ago. They did win 4 games in the regular season in Section 2. They ended up with a 4-2 mark before eventually losing in the second round to Holy Family Catholic after beating New Prague in the first round. Will Kroll sliding through neutral ice. Outside the circle, he'll send it in around, looking to get it to Streeter off the boards. Bayless tries to knock it down before he gets to the blue line. He'll sneak out. Makes Doctor play it. Ludke's out of the box, so now it's 5-on-4 for another minute and 10 seconds by the time I get done saying it, as Doctor takes it down into the corner. 2 for 2 on the advantage so far for the Skippers. Ludke quickly back into the act, tries to fire that one deep. It's deflected back out, will be played by Glockner all the way at the face-off circle. His clear all the way up to Matt Beatty. And the Lakers had somebody already in the zone there as Beatty tried to make his way down. 52 seconds left of a 5-on-4 advantage for the Skippers. 2 of their 3 goals scored on the power play. Those belong to Streeter and Bayless. The one in the middle, Mac Motzko, even strength with inside of a minute 20 to go. Right off the draw, the win for Cashmark. Sails wide to the far side of the circle as we go under 5 minutes to play. Skippers, meanwhile, they've scored 3 shorthanded goals, given up 2. Talked about the 7 given up for the Lakers. They've scored once shorthanded. Bayless, just far side of the slot, leaves it back for Streeter. I think he meant to do that. Ludke comes back to the near side. Doctor at the circle. He'll fire the shot. Pad saved by Kujoski, diving out to kill the puck. Kittleson gets it back, centered back to the middle, and finally wrapped around the boards by Jackson Judding. On the spot again. Cade Kujoski making another save. 14th hero of the night. Streeter quickly working in, pulls the stick up high right as he got to the slot, and that left the puck open, fires it out. That will expire the advantage, and we go back to 5-on-5 hockey. So the penalty doesn't last long for the Lakers before they commit their own. We go to 4-on-4 hockey, scoreless through that, and a 5-on-4 advantage for a minute 15 for the Skippers. And we end up no score on that. 1 goal still in the period. It's 3-0 Minnetonka. Stick handling for Ty Traxel, trying to spin his way around a defender. Dumps it back in towards the middle. Too strong, deflected off a stick near side. Bayless tries to track it down. Pushed back into the zone by Priorleg. Hops right back out towards neutral ice. Nick Henry playing that one there, and he also lifted it up again. We've had 3 of those now. They've all been on Minnetonka, too. 1 in the first and now 2 here in the second. So that'll bring it back into the Minnetonka end. This is about where we went period number 1 with 1 goal scored in the period before Motzko's late short angle. We've had some highlight type goals here in this one. Go back to Motzko's. He's flying in backwards to the goal line as the Skippers control off that draw and push it all the way down the ice. Flying in backwards, and then you had Bayless's here in this period. Just all kinds of giddy up on the puck from in tight to power it home. Lakers trying to clear. Tapped away by Hendrickson. He floats the puck to the middle of the ice. Nobody home as Patrick Wires lost an edge, so the Lakers able to pull it out. Matt Beattie working it down towards the corner. Intercepted there by Miller for Minnetonka. Back up it goes. Wires trying to shovel it past the official on the far side. He gets caught up instead with a battle with Aiden Emerson. Now everybody joins the fray. There'll be a penalty coming up. And sticks are down. Fists are flying. And now hugs being exchanged by referees, players alike. Everybody kind of meeting in front of the bench, and at least one person's going into that penalty box. There was initially the call on the Skippers, nothing else on the extracurriculars, so it will just be Mason Hendrickson. And the Lakers will get their second shot this period out of power play, and their second shot overall in the game. Oh, nope. There's a Laker going into the box too. So wipe all that away. There was a penalty initially whistled on Minnetonka, so we could very easily end up still with 5-on-4 hockey plus 2 coincidentals. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And I stand corrected. That is going to be the case. So Hendrickson in for the initial penalty. They will make Josh Andes, actually listed on the JV roster, make Josh Andes skate over and serve out the other side of the penalty. So it is 5-on-4 for the Lakers, and they get a second shot at it here. Quick shot deflected right down. There was some open net on the near side. Glockner facing pressure. That shot just slips off the stick of Nathan Green as he tried to take it from inside the circle. Had all kinds of space, maybe too much space. Couldn't really fire it home with 1:43 to go on the power play. Draw a glove side of Glockner, who stopped 8 of 8, which is a welcome sign for him. I'll tell you why in just a moment as it comes back to Judding at the blue line. In on the near side boards to Speltz. Speltz trying to work it back to some free space, finds Judding. Judding floating, back to Speltz, near side, the puck deflected, up and down. Miller a chance to clear, and he will. A little bit of control, able to clear it through neutral ice. Judding with speed with 1:10 remaining in the power play. Flies past everybody and outside the circle. Eventually, Will Kroll slows him down, and Kroll will clear the puck all the way out past Ty Traxel. Settled down by Kajoski. Under a minute to go here in this power play. 1:45 to go in the period. Charlie Cashmark back out on the ice, and the arm is up, and so they can go 6-on-4 here. If they get the goalie off, they won't. They'll go 5-on-3 for the rest of the period if they need it. So a trip. Cashmark's played a good first nearly 2 periods. Number 11 in that cream and blue colored uniform. Senior has 12 goals on the season, 7 assists, and you can see why he finds himself around the puck, both with passing and then with effort, as Coach Penkrantz wants a timeout, and why not? Golden opportunity to get one of those goals back. We talked about maybe scoring before the 6-minute mark, but obviously that did not happen. But any goal they can get here, put a little pressure on the Skippers going into the third. They've held them scoreless now for 12 minutes, nearly 12 minutes. Back to the 13:21 mark when Bayless scored on the power play here in this third. And again, you look at it, they've given up one even strength goal. That was late in the period to Motzko. The rest on the power play. So trying to get one of those back here as you fight your way back into it. I was mentioning Glockner and only facing 8 shots so far. In the last 2 games, he's had to combine to make 62 saves. He's faced more than 30 shots on goal in each of those. He's given up 7 goals in those last 2. The tie against Wayzata and the 5-2 loss to Edina. But 62 saves. He's had 6 straight games, if you go even further back than that, when he's had to make 25 saves or more. So he's sitting there right now thinking this is a night off so far with 8 goals or 8 shots on goal that he's had to face. The defense keeping things clean in front of him. But he might be headed for a polar vortex of shots coming at him right now for the next minute 33. As the Lakers have a 5-on-3 advantage. It's on everybody's mind still, why not? Rest of the season, we can all work polar vortex into our games. Back out of the Lakers timeout. Quickly on the near side for Speltz. He'll walk it in, got it to the middle, it was deflected, and that allows the Skippers and Doctor a chance to clear it out, fire that one banging high off the glass. Jutting. With 1:15 to go, we won't get all of the second penalty in if nobody scores. Jutting dumps it back outside the circles. We come up on a minute to go. He settles. Speltz down along the goal line. He's got Traxel. Traxel in tight. Good little feed right out in front, but Glockner lays out, diving ahead, and he'll cover the puck with an even minute to go here in this first. 12 seconds of 5-on-3 activity remaining with 1:28 on the overall advantage for the Lakers. Key draw right here to try and put that 13 seconds to work, and it slips all the way out of the zone. So now 5 seconds of 5-on-3 and an offsides, and another couple of seconds trickles off, and a face-off comes to neutral ice. So things coming up Minnetonka here for the 5-on-3 portion of this. But still, for the final 50 seconds or so, it will be a 5-on-4 advantage for the Lakers. And that begins now as Speltz works it into the zone, trying to walk in there with Nathan Green. Skippers deflect it back, man coming in and out of the box, a shorthanded opportunity. Turn to the corner, wrapped around and knocked away by Traxel. Traxel got back there to wall off Mac Motzko. Ludke playing it back with Doctor. 30 seconds to go here in the period. All of it can be spent 5-on-4 for the Lakers. Motzko providing the forecheck. He got a stick on that, but it finds its way all the way to neutral ice. There's Cashmark. Cashmark outside the circle, dumps it around the boards, trying to get it back to himself. Glockner comes out of the net. 15 seconds to go. Turn back up ice. Motzko in the middle. Motzko going high. Inside the blue line with a man to his left. Dumps it back in. Ludke taps it down low. Trying to get it back to Motzko in front. Turned away once by Kajoski. Still pressure on. Runs into the side of the net. And with 2 seconds to go, just by the skin of their teeth, the Lakers not going to give up a shorthanded goal at the end of the period. And it stays 3-0. Shots on goal in the period, 9-5 in favor of the Minnetonka Skippers. The 1 goal, Jack Bayless on the power play from Ludke and Doctor. And we will go to the third with 27 seconds of power play time remaining for the Lakers on the other side with a 3-0 lead for number 2 Minnetonka here. The Skippers taking on the Lakers on the road, presented by Cambria on Youth Hockey Hub. Headed to the third period, and the Prior Lake Lakers have a tall task in front of them going into the third against the #2 team in the state in our Youth Hockey Hub rankings. Staff rankings coming out this past weekend and ranking the Skippers as #2, just behind Edina. But the Lakers down 3-0, all on the power play for the first 30 seconds. Already 10 of that gone here. It's actually 26 seconds officially. 10 of that gone. Skippers trying to kill off a second penalty of the game. The first one was executed by drawing a penalty themselves, turning it into 4-on-4 hockey. Skippers have a pair of power play goals themselves. That included the first of the game, Mason Streeter, who's got it again on the far side. Streeter fires it into the left pad of Kajoski, and he finally settles in the rebound. Did I say Mason Streeter? It's Griffin Streeter. He had the first. That was all the way back with 10:52 to go on the power play. An even strength goal with 1:07 remaining in the first period for Mac Motzko. And then Jack Bayless scored early on in the second period. Just less than 4 minutes gone. Bayless scored also on the power play. And now the power play over for the Lakers, so they're 0 for 2. Skippers with a long blast from the blue line from James Miller. The junior defenseman does have 9 assists on this season and 1 goal. That time stopped by Cade Kajoski. He stopped 19 of 22. The Lakers in front of him, meanwhile, have been able to put up 9 total shots on goal, and tempers flaring just a little bit as 2 combatants kicked out of the face-off dot. So Kittleson and Swanson in a battle of 24s will dig in there and do it. 16:13 to go. We play 5-on-5 hockey now with the Skippers in command. Again, it was back-to-back penalties to close the second, so the Lakers had about 35 seconds or so of 5-on-3 hockey to try and get back into this game and put some pressure on Minnetonka. Could not pop a goal. 5-on-3. Rest of the 5-on-4 power play expires here in the third. And now as the Lakers will skate right to left in the third just as they did in the first. The task just as tall and time getting even shorter, and that does become an icing. There's a long sprint out for that to become an icing for Ben Swanson, who was after it. Senior just couldn't get there. So we come all the way back down the ice. Next up, the Lakers, they'll take on Burnsville. Then they get a potential revenge game against Holy Family Catholic, the team that bumped them out of the Section 2 championships, Section 2 playoffs, rather, in the second round last year. That shot had some on-goal nature to it, causes Kajoski to stand up and corral it with 15:55 to go. An interminable number of Prior Lake zone face-offs coming up here, are already happening here in the third. Lakers trying to win some possession themselves. Flung off the boards on the far side by Aiden Emerson. Has it drop right back to him. He'll cross it in. Lakers held a foot to stay onside. It's wrapped around back to the far side for Judding. Judding back to the middle. Had Green crashing in towards the net. Knocked away. Green fighting for the puck with Judding in the corner, working against Dylan Zitzlaff. Duke Kiffin helping free the puck as well for the Skippers. Back to the middle it goes for Lockamy. Lockamy trying to get it to the near side, and an offside as Liam Worms is in a little too quick. Back to neutral ice on this near side. Skippers, meanwhile, they'll have a big-time Section 2 showdown against Eden Prairie in their next game. That comes up on Saturday. And next Thursday, Hopkins home at Pagel. That Saturday game, by the way, home at Pagel Arena against Eden Prairie. Bayless finds the free puck. Couldn't control it. Instead, it's who else but Charlie Cashmark flying out of the zone for the Lakers, trying to catch right back up to the puck. Pushes Ludke out of the way. Dump back for Judding. Back to Cashmark, walled off by 2 defenders. It's Doctor and Ludke. Cashmark trying to pop it free. Back to Judding. Finally does. Judding trying to turn around. Got the back in front. And the shot comes flying in from Nathan Green very quick on Charlie Glockner. The puck comes right back flying in front. I thought Judding was going to take it to the near side. I think everybody else did too, except for Nathan Green, who stayed on his spot, nearly able to fire that one home. That's probably the best chance of the 10 shots on goal. to maybe catch Glockner napping just a bit. Beautiful feed out in front by Judding. A win of the draw from the Lakers. Loose puck into traffic, knocked away, taken back by Minnetonka. Kittleson pushes it up ice. Back through neutral ice. It's deflected right back down towards him. Hendrickson trying to play it ahead. It's finally Nick Henry. Works it backwards to the defensive sticks to try and settle. Miller back there with Will Kroll. Under 14.5 to play here in this game. Miller working outside the circle. Just had it poked away. Chasing after it with Hendrickson. Loose in the corner is Ty Traxel. Tries to wall him off the puck. And we'll get a whistle and a penalty on the Skippers, I believe. So the Lakers with another chance here on the advantage. It's Kittleson headed to the box. Lockamy on the draw against Judding. Judding had a chance, but just swept off that dot by the Skippers and cleared out. Gonna waste 5 seconds away on the penalty. Mac Motzko aggressive on the forecheck here, shorthanded. Down below the goal line, ripped back out towards Judding. Judding over to the near side, trying to set things up with Traxel, who loses it back out past the blue line. Nearly lost the puck, hangs on to it, despite the pursuit of Motzko and Lockamy. Traxel spins his way back through into the zone, has Speltz back in behind him, takes it wide. Settles it in, back to Judding. Judding high from the slot, fires that shot in on the pad, save made, still hacking at it for Nathan Green, and it just shoots wide. Minute 15 to go. Glockner makes another save. Traxel down in the corner. Shoves it back out to the blue line where Judding able to push it back down into the center of the ice, but right there is Grant Doctor. He flips it up over everybody and down the ice. This time it's Hunter Newhouse providing that forecheck pressure. As we go under a minute to go here on this man advantage for the Lakers. Desperately need one here. They've given up a pair of power play goals. Judding shot deflected in front by Will Kroll. Puck worked around the boards all the way back out. Long blue line blast that time from Beatty. Deflected in front. Ends up on the near side. Again goes off the left pad of Glockner that time as it snuck its way through traffic. Off the feed from Magnuson. Under 13 minutes to go here in this third period. Magnuson under control, working it up ahead. Work done by Beatty. Beatty left the puck at the blue line. A couple of players converge to pick it up. Aiden Emerson fires it in, deflected off somebody's pad, down along the goal line. Chance for pressure still from Kobe Kimmis. Sends it all the way around to the far side, ends up on the stick of Magnuson. Trying to peel it free from Minnetonka. Can't quite do it. It's taken out of the zone by Nick Henry. He'll push it up towards the Lakers goal line. Stop on a dime in the corner. Center it right back in front, high in the slot. Hendrickson has it walled off by a sliding body. It's Matt Beatty. Saved a shot chance for Hendrickson shorthanded. 12 minutes to go here in this third. And the power play expires on that last shorthanded opportunity for the Skippers. 0 for 3 on the power play. You've given up 2 power play goals and you've gone 0 for 3 yourself. It's not going to work out for you most nights, especially when you're trying to pull an upset. It's the number 2 team in the state. High in the slot. The shot sailing in from Duke Kiffin. Dangerous ricochet rebound coming off a defender, but cleared away by the Lakers. Pushed into the zone as Lockamy will try and track it down. Gets past him. Helped around by the Lakers. Peeled out of the zone. Worked up towards Cashmark on the far side. Quickly hops off his stick and the boards. That forces Green to try and peel it away again from the Skippers, and does just that. Got it up to Judding. Judding with Cashmark on the right. Judding takes the shot. Rebound chance. Steered away by Glockner. Made the initial save hard off the pads and got that right leg feathered out there to push it down to the goal line. 11 minutes to go in the game. Still 3-0 Skippers. They haven't scored since early in the third, and they're working on their 4th shutout of the year. Of course, for all of those, as he's been for every game this season, Charlie Glockner in net. But a long way to go for that. Doctor pushing it down the ice. In with Motzko off to his right. Pass a little bit wide. That allows possession for Tushy and the Lakers. Lost it at neutral ice, deflected around. Doctor trying to get it clear towards Motzko, and was caught up behind Mac Motzko. The Prior Lake bench thought that came up onto the wall there. Instead, it's back down, deflecting into the zone. Worked ahead by Traxel. Off the glass, flips it ahead to a teammate on the far side. They'll clear it out of the zone with the cross-ice pass to Tushy. He'll help it along past the blue line. Played by Glockner with 10 minutes to go here in this third period. 3-0, the lead for the Skippers on a pair of first period goals and one early in the second. Two of them coming on the power play. Lakers, meanwhile, have gone 0 for 3 on the power play chances in this one. Hunter Newhouse with control. Moving in with Bayless to his left. Goes inside of Bayless. Sends a defender down to the deck. Loose puck. Never makes it outside the blue line. Skippers held it in for a moment courtesy of Will Kroll. Hops back out on its end. Icing is waved off. Down into the corner it goes as we're under 9:40 remaining. Lakers trying to hold it. Instead, it's Newhouse off the feed from Streeter. Those two work it into the zone. Newhouse dumping towards the corner, trying to split two defenders and get back to the puck. Instead, it's Emerson who pulls it away for the Lakers. Pushed up towards the blue line, held in by Kroll. Kroll outside the circle, dumps down to the half wall. There for Streeter. Streeter pinned in by two Lakers. Back to Kroll. Kroll with space, walking in, and that one's deflected in front by the defense. Right there, though, is Streeter who fires the shot wide. Had some net to work with and some guys screening him in front away from the vision of Kujoski. And just sails it wide, adding a black mark to those boards. Well peppered behind the net there with 9:11 to go. Still 3-0 Skippers. Stick side faceoff coming up for Kujoski. Nine minutes remaining. Lakers send it out of the zone. Glockner will play it. Wrapped around the boards on the near side. Not cleared out. Judding was right there. Judding back to Cashmark. Knocks the bottle off the shelf, and Cashmark gets the Lakers on the board. It's 3-1. You had an inkling if the Skippers were going to give up a goal, it would be because those two Lakers were involved. Judding rips the puck away along the boards, fires to a crashing Charlie Cashmark, who scores his 13th of the season. 8:55 to go, and we're not quite done just yet. Then a quiet building here in the Dakota Ice Arena. But they were enlivened by that play as Glockner covers that one up on the offering from Nathan Green. Glove side faceoff coming up. Off the draw, controlled by the Lakers, pushed down around the boards. 8.5 to go, so they don't have a lot of time to work, but they have taken at the very least one step, climbing back up what has been a 3-0 mountain for much of this game. Deflected away at the blue line, held in there by Nathan Green. Green kicks it up ahead, loose puck, ends up back on the stick of Judding, centers it right back in the middle again. And as Glockner ended up down on his knees, the puck was swept clear and the whistle blows. More pressure coming in for the Lakers. Tonight's game, by the way, here on Youth Hockey Hub, and this exclusive presentation of Minnetonka Skippers boys hockey as they take on Prior Lake. Brought to you by Cambria, located right here in Minnesota. Family-owned and American-made, Cambria leads the industry with cutting-edge innovation to craft beautiful and durable natural stone. Is off the draw. The puck's in front on the crease again, and Glockner forced to cover it up. Get another draw coming up. Cambria leads the industry with their cutting-edge innovation, crafting beautiful and durable natural stone surfaces for any home or business. Learn more at CambriaUSA.com. Cambria, official presenting sponsor of this Skippers road trip here to face Prior Lake, a game that has gotten tighter, and they find themselves facing more and more pressure with 8 minutes to go. To the goal line. Ripped around, nearly cleared out by the Skippers, knocked back down. Swanson nearly had some possession there. The forecheck leaving nothing to be desired for the Lakers. They are getting after it here late in the final 8 minutes, trying to push their way all the way back in this one against number 2. Ooh, Minnetonka firing a shot in from the blue line. That was dangerous. James Miller's shot caught a stick of somebody, nearly deflected up into that top shelf. Lakers come away with it. Push to Swanson on the far side. Swanson trying to leave it back into the middle where it's intercepted by Newhouse. Newhouse can't work it cleanly out of the zone. Sent right back down. Lakers can push towards it. Beatty can't get there as it's cleared up on the near side to Patrick Wires, and that'll be an icing with 7:20 remaining here in this third. So they'll avoid the shutout. And they'll get back into a territory, the Lakers will, where they've been many, many times. 4 of their 9 losses by 2 goals or less. They've had some higher scoring losses. Off the rebound from the glove of Glockner. Nathan Green fired it wide, and then another chance coming into Glockner, and he covers this one up. But certainly life for the Lakers here with 7:10 to go after they got that first goal. Plenty of time left here at Dakota Ice Arena. Green after that face-off that was pushed in towards the net by Judding. Skippers come away with it though, and Minnetonka pushing down into the Lakers' end. Stick breaks for somebody. And it's a Lakers defender as the puck flies in, wraps around the boards on the near side. It's actually Cashmark that his stick broken up. He got one from the bench just before the puck sails into the bench. Just got his stick caught at a strange angle as the other skater came into the corner there. 6:46 to go. Faceoff comes back to center ice. 2 in the first for Minnetonka, 1 early in the third. The last goal scored just about 2 minutes ago by Prior Lake. On the draw, doggedly after the puck, it's swept ahead by Kimmis down into the zone in the corner. Nobody there. Kimmis will try and chase after it. Nearly was able to pick it up off the boards, holds it long enough to get some help from Nick Speltz. Free puck, though, secured by Minnetonka. Pushed up to Bayless. Bayless fighting through some defensive traffic of Magnuson. Magnuson able to send it down into the corner. Hops free. Newhouse after the puck. Make that Motzko. Motzko along the goal line. Turns wide. Dumps it right back off behind. Shot through traffic. Bouncing around. Still free. Saved away again on the left pad of Kajoski. Whistle never came. He made the initial save. Then it was on the doorstep a long time, and he kicks it clean with that left pad. All the way back down the ice as we go under 6 minutes to go. Skippers peel it away from the corner and bring it out of their own end. Bayless just has the puck hit off his heel as Duke Kiffin tries to work it forward past Judding. Puck flies in, down towards the goal line. Picked up by the Lakers. Judding will just fly that one into the blocker of Glockner. Try and chase it down at the goal line. Instead, he's beat to the puck by Will Kroll. Kroll up off the boards far side, ends up in the possession of Streeter. Streeter dumps it down with Newhouse providing pressure. Sam Emmerich the first one to it for the Lakers. Judding trying to peel it off the boards on the far side. He had it tapped away. Bayless now with it, far side circle. Bayless back to the middle. Newhouse was trying to set up. It goes wide, back to Kroll. He fires it wide off the glass, and it will sail down the ice. All kinds of pressure coming from both the forwards and the defensemen for the Skippers. Newhouse sends it back to Kroll. He'll enter it in outside the circle. Pushed off the puck. Streeter ends up with it, trying to feed it to Bayless. Intercepted. Maybe an odd man rush if they hurry. Cashmark up ahead. The puck left behind by Beatty. Forces Green to try and track it down. He has to dump it into the zone. Everybody touching back up. Possession lost there with under 5 minutes to go. Up to Streeter. Off the stick of Newhouse. Tapped into the zone. A chase for Magnuson to get it in the corner. Keeps it away from Newhouse. Shovels it over to Emerson on the near side. 4.5 to go here in this game. Minnetonka has controlled, but the Skippers a little bit of life, or rather the Lakers a little bit of life, as they've popped the last goal in this game. Hendrickson playing it backwards. Puts himself into traffic. Doctor pulls him out of it. Back to Ludke. Got your top defensive line out there, and you're going to draw a tripping penalty as Ludke ended up down on the deck. Lakers touch it up. Call coming, and Minnetonka for the second full time, or the third full time rather, in this game, we'll have a power play opportunity. Colin Tushy trying to keep the puck away from the talented defenseman Josh Ludke. And now the Lakers are going to have to do some work shorthanded here. Half of what's remaining can be on the power play for the Skippers with 4 minutes to go. Draw controlled by Minnetonka. They'll go quickly. Far side, Ludke sends that one into the pipe. Into the corner. Ludke looking to feed down to Streeter. In the way was Lincoln. Lincoln for the Skippers. That's Hunter Lincoln working it back up to the boards. Over to Bayless on the near side, all alone. Back to the middle. Shot deflected down. Back in it comes short angle, and that one goes wide. Ludke couldn't curl that one around. Kittleson working in the middle this time on the power play. Bayless dumps it down a little too strong for Streeter. Down on the goal line. Tracks it back. Got it to Bayless. He'll fire. Trying that tough shot that he scored on the power play for the last goal for the Skippers. That time it sails wide. Minute 14 to go. Lakers were able to dump it out of the zone. Green trying to pick it up shorthanded. He's after Grant Doctor. Green has it in the corner. Peeling back in towards the net. He's bumped into the boards by Doctor. Surrounded by three Skippers. A fourth draws in. And it's peeled off the boards, taken away by Kittleson. He'll work it up the ice. Has Streeter to his left as they both cross the line. Knocked away by the Lakers. Turn to Kahlberg. Kahlberg works it out past his blue line. Flies it in off the glove of Glockner. Settled down in the corner. 43 seconds to go in the power play. 2:45 to go in this two-goal game. Right back out in front. Quick shot in on Glockner from Kobe Chemis. That would have been a game changer shorthanded. But Glockner makes his biggest save of the night to date. It's on the 17th shot on goal for the Lakers. He stopped 16 of them. Keeps this one 3-1. 37 seconds on the power play. Shorthanded face-off. Quick turn and fire. Rebound was there for a second off the offering from Nick Speltz. So the Lakers doing the best they can here shorthanded to also apply some pressure in this two-goal game. This draw, though, controlled by Hendrickson. Flying up the ice, has a man to his right. That's Nick Henry. Dumps it down into the corner. Henry wraps it around. It's Hendrickson who puts it right back to him in behind the net. Henry trying to work with possession. Has it pop up to the far side. Held in by Miller. Miller, though, under duress. Able to shovel it right out in front for Kroll. Kroll slides over back to Miller. Miller fires that shot wide with Hendrickson on the doorstep. Wrapped around again. Miller can't hold it in. 5 and 4 seconds remaining now. Brought in by Kroll. We're back to even strength with only 2 minutes to go. Off the save from Kajoski. Rebound transfer. Hendrickson was swept wide. Pushed down the ice. Here comes Green. Waiting for some help. Finds Cashmark flying in. Never made its way to Cashmark. Kroll knocked it away. Cashmark then did track it down below the goal line. Green trying to center. Back out in front. Hacking at it ensues on the far side post. And 5 players end up down on the ice here with 1:45 to go. They'll have to peel off all that. Mason Hendrickson hopped up and then right back down. Kroll pulled off. Officials got him by the scruff of the neck. And we'll have something to sort out here with 1:45 to go. Two Skippers. Kroll and Hendrickson in the box. Cashmark making his way in there too. So how's this going to shake out? Either way, it's going to determine how we play the rest of this period. Just 1:45 to go. It's a two-goal game. Lakers didn't get anything out of that penalty kill, but still were able to put some pressure on. Nearly came away with a couple of shorthanded goals. They're actually leading shots on goal here in the third, 9-7. Still being outshot by 8 for the game. Getting things sorted out. They're talking to the Minnetonka captains. Smack of coincidental minors and then a 5-minute major. The two skippers in the penalty box. 2 minutes showing right now on the board on Will Kroll. So that'll be the one that gets served as the power play. Cashmark and Hendrickson still both done for the rest of the game though, barring a flurry and 2 goals from the Lakers. Coach Goldsworthy looking for an explanation. Obviously his team will be down a man. Explanation's done. It will be 5-on-3 Lakers, or 5-on-4, excuse me. 5-on-4 Lakers. For the rest of this game, if they need it. And they've got to go to work quickly here. Minute 45 remaining. Judding's going to take the draw. Doesn't have his running mate Cashmark out there with him. And they lose it out of the zone quickly. Bayless after it. The net empty as well on that end of the ice. So it's now 6-on-4. Fortunate there wasn't a different bounce on that puck cleared out of the zone as they had just pulled the goalie off the ice. So a minute 21 to go. 6-on-4. Held in but into the bench there. It's Nathan Green. Check that. Ty Traxel trying to knock it back down at his feet. Traxel just able to squeak it into the zone. Played back, though, by the Skippers, looking for their 18th victory this season. Goaltender is back out on the ice with that neutralized faceoff. But Kajoski probably not long for the cage. His teammates move it down the ice, and he moves his way towards the bench. Flipped into the corner, held there by Tushy as we go under a minute to go. Back out in front. Long shot deflected up and over the cage off the left pad of Glockner. Lakers pulled it back down, 6-on-4. Out to Judding, his shot through traffic, sails wide. 40 seconds to go. That's cleared down the ice, and it will sail wide. 35 seconds and counting. It is a power play, plus the goaltender pulled off the ice, the 6-on-4. Puck drops right in front to Green. Green pushed off his spot. Shot fired in from a trailing man, and it's picked off the doorstep by Doctor. And cleared out of the zone for good measure. Traxel with just 15 seconds to go. Works it to Judding. Back in for Green. Knocked away. Doctor trying to head it down towards the ice, towards the open net. And this is how this one's going to end. A late push, not enough for the Lakers. Judding will get it away before the horn. And will that goal count? Nope. It wouldn't have mattered really anyway to make it 3-2 instead of 3-1. It's going to be a 3-1 final as the Skippers score 3 in the first 2 periods. And then hold on with the 1 goal scored by the Lakers in that 3rd period. So 3-1 your final with the goals from Streeter, Motzko, and Bayless. And then Charlie Cashmark scored his 13th goal of the season for the only Lakers tally of the night. Minnetonka goes to 18-1-2. Prior Lake falls to 8-10-1. Thanks so much for joining us on this presentation on Youth Hockey Hub, presented tonight by Cambria, an exclusive presenting sponsor for the Minnetonka Skippers visiting these Prior Lake Lakers. Find out more about Cambria and their full line of products, CambriaUSA.com. Don't forget, Youth Hockey Hub, your source for all the information high school hockey and otherwise across the hockey landscape in the state of Minnesota. Join us again for a future broadcast right here on Youth Hockey Hub. Good night, everybody.